What's up, YouTube? What's going on? My name is the Comic Book Nerd, and I got two things to say before this video starts. A, this new chair that I have is very uncomfortable. B, it is 11 o'clock, and I just want to get this video done real quick. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, earlier today, I watched The Batman. 2022 came out today where I am in the US. And right off the bat, I'm just gonna say one of my favorite superhero movies and one of my favorite movies in general. But this movie is sitting between, actually it's sitting above Zack Snyder's Justice League and slightly above Spider-Man No Way Home, because those three are my favorite movies. And if you've watched the movie Pig with Nicolas Cage, I love that movie as well. It's not a superhero movie, but it's just a very dark and gritty type of movie that I was very interested in, and I saw a lot of reviews on it being like great and all. But yeah, back to the Batman. So I watched the Batman earlier, one of the best movies, solid 8, 9 out of 10. So yeah, the spoilers ahead, of course. So yeah, let's get into it. Couple minor complaints is that there's not really a lot of complaints besides the fact that we should have seen Bruce Wayne a lot more than not a lot more, but yeah, we should have seen Bruce Wayne a lot more in this movie. Slightly less than we did Batman, because Batman's best detective in the world, and detective stuff with throughout the entire movie doesn't really leave a lot with Bruce Wayne to deal with, except for the funeral scene and a couple scenes in the Batcave, which we haven't really seen a lot about. That's another complaint. We didn't really see a lot of the Batcave throughout the movie, except for like a couple times. But yeah, that's mostly most of the complaints that I have. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna say all the things I loved about this movie. The introduction fight scene and the introduction scene in general, where Batman is talking about how, like, oh, I'm not lurking in the shadows, I am the shadows. It's it sounds weird, but it's also kind of badass because of how he delivers the line. So yeah, that was cool. The scene in the subway with Bruce Wayne fighting the bad guys, which was the opening scene. Yeah, that was amazing. One of the most anticipated scenes that a bunch of other people were looking forward to, and it was at the beginning of the movie, which gave people a lot more to be hyped up about, and that's not just the climax, that's just the introduction to the movie. But yeah, that scene was cool. The way how the club tied into everything as well was pretty cool, on how there was a club within the club, and then it was taken over, not taken over, but the main dude was like Catwoman's or Catgirl's father or something. I forgot how it was, but then all of it was connected to the party, and then the Riddler, and it was a bunch of stuff. I looked on Moist Critical's video, and I saw a comment talking about how when the Batman was first I'm gonna just call him Bruce Wayne because the Batman is just saying the name of the movie. But yeah, Bruce Wayne was getting on top of the building as Batman, and then he immediately looked down, and then he was scared, and that was perfect for me. And I noticed that the first time I was watching it as well, how he was just terrified about falling. A, because this is only his second year of working, and B, because he didn't fully prepare the suit yet or something. That's what I heard online. But yeah, that's a pretty cool detail. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, which I'm probably only gonna be able to publish this the day after I'm done recording, because I'm putting this at 4K quality, and I really gotta go sleep. So yeah, great movie. I liked how near the end we got a teaser to the Joker. I loved how the Riddler was like a jigsaw type killer, and the scene in the funeral where I was like, oh, he's gonna die. The dude with the bomb around his neck is gonna die. And so when I saw that he was able to get help from Batman, everything was going good until the third riddle, when he couldn't expose who the rat was or whatever. As soon as that happened, the other dude said that, oh, I don't want to tell it because of the legacy or something like that. And then he blew up, and of course, because it's not rated R, we couldn't see any of the blood and gore, which is kind of cool, but as soon as he exploded, it's just a gigantic explosion, not even a mini explosion where it's just his body. No, an entire big explosion where you didn't even see anything afterwards. But yeah, I like the introduction to the Joker and how menacing and like creepy and evil his laugh was. The dude who played the Riddler was freaking phenomenal. In the insane asylum and with his mask on, roaming around Gotham City, both of them were pretty cool. I personally like the costume of the Riddler, not like Jim Carrey's one we had in like Batman not Begins, but Batman Forever or something like that, where Jim Carrey was playing as the Riddler with the entire suit on. No, this is not comic book accurate, but that's what makes it good. The fact that it's not all like goofy and fun like that in a serious, dark and gritty movie. They made the Riddler have on like a homemade suit where he had like a leather green something around his head, poked 2 holes through it, put his glasses on, and then just wore like a jacket on, and then just went around and started killing people and putting a trap on some people, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I like the grittiness and the runtime of the movie. A bunch of people was complaining on how it was. Thought I heard some. A bunch of people were complaining about how it's too dark and gritty, and that the runtime is too long. But I'm gonna just say to them that they could just shut the frick up, because this movie is a masterpiece, one of my favorite movies, and the reason why it has such a long runtime is because nobody wants a 1.5 or 2 hour long Batman movie that has that much stuff packed into it, because it's way too much. If you try to make a movie with that much stuff in it with like a 2 hour runtime, you ain't gonna finish it. Or 1.5 hour long runtime, you definitely ain't finishing that. But yeah, yeah, and I like the fact that some parts are exaggerated a little bit, longer than the others. That's what makes it like cool and whatever. So yeah, this is one of the more exposed depths into this movie. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is one of my most one of my more exposed and more deeper dive into movies in the reviews or whatever, in reviewing stuff. So yeah, like I said, love the movie, the runtime, the costume for the Batman. The first time that I saw it, the mask, it was weird because of how like polished and clean it was, and just solid colored, but the rest of the suit was just latched on with a bunch of mechanical stuff, kind of like Ben Affleck's Batman. But yeah, I didn't really like that part, but eventually you'll get used to it. I loved Catgirl or Catwoman in this movie. She gave off more like John Wick 3 Parabellum vibes. I didn't even see that movie, but pretty sure that's the one with the girl. It gave me that type of vibe from her, and a bunch of other things where it's like, oh, male assassin or male martial artist has to team up with a female martial artist in order to take down a big company or something. It's kind of cliched, but at the same time, it's what happens in the comics some of the time. So that's what I just stepped on. Watch. That's what makes it better. That's more comic book accurate presentations, unlike the Riddler's costume, because like I said, that one redesign was way good option, and it's way better than what the comics had. So yeah, can't wait to see what this Joker has in store for us in the next couple movies or whatever, or in the Arkham Asylum show that they're making. I really want to see him. I want him to get more recognition if he actually is the Joker in the Batman. One more thing that I liked about this movie is that it has I thought that it was gonna end right before the flooding started, and I didn't know a flood was gonna start, but as soon as the flood started, I was like, Jesus Christ, this movie just won't stop. And the movie, I don't even think that the movie ended with the flood going away unless it did. But the flood was there for when it started until the end of the movie, and that was pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, the flood that happened is just it was so cool, because it was like Gotham itself was cool and all, but then when they add like an extra thing into there while a bunch of crimes and stuff are happening, it's just like, oh my gosh, is this entire city just gonna fall apart more than it already has? And it's just cool. The scene where Alfred got exploded or whatever, I really thought that they were gonna kill him off in the first movie. Luckily they didn't. So yeah, I love the action scenes and how brutal Batman can be without having to kill anybody. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this video. Really like this movie, 8 or 9 out of 10, one of my favorite movies. Hope you guys enjoyed this, movie analysis review thing or whatever. Hope you liked the video. I can't really talk right now, so, yeah. I'm gonna just swing, but, okay, not that far. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, press the like button, turn on post notifications, and subscribe. Okay, let me retry this real quick because I'm falling backwards. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, press the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, that way you never miss a video, blah, 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 blah. I'll see you guys in the next video. 2